Just starting now. It's live.
Yeah, so well, hopefully. As soon as if he does get here, we'll make him chair, I think. Feeling very self-conscious.
Good evening, everyone. This is Councillor George. Can you all hear me?
I can.
Thank you. I'm afraid that I was not able to join through the computer, and I had to dial in. So I hope it's okay with everyone.
It is, unless Councillor Akinzada can join us, though, Chair. We're in quiet, I'm afraid, still. But thank you for well, at least we've got a start.
Yes, finally. I'm glad. I hope he will be able to join. As far as I know, he said that he is not able to join on his computer because he has some technical issues.
Yeah.
And he can only join on his phone. But I'm sure he will find a way to dial in and get in touch with us.
I hope so. I've just put the conference ID on the chat, so hopefully you'll see that.
Yeah, that's very kind of you. I do really appreciate that. Shall we wait for him to join, or?
We'll have to, Chair, because we need two of you, as it's a three-member panel.
Right.
So
have you got any news from Councillor Breval?
No, I was unable to reach him, I'm afraid. I left a message on his voicemail.
Thank you for doing that.
I've not heard back.
Okay. I'll be seeing if he can join. I'll send him a reminder. 1 sec.
Oh, that's good. Peter's just said, if anyone can't see the chat, Peter has just said that he's speaking to Councillor Akinzada and he should be joining us soon.
Good.
I hope he will be able to join. Has Councillor Akinzada been able to join us?
Can't see him yet, I'm afraid. Oh, no, there are two phone numbers now. I'm guessing he must be the other one.
Yes, I am indeed.
Good
evening, Councillor Akinzada. Can he hear us?
He's still muted.
Probably to press *6 and then he can unmute himself.
Thank you, Sonia. Could never remember if it's *6 or 6.
Can you hear me now?
Hello,
Yeah,
Councillor. Yes, we can.
*6.
Right, thanks. Okay, we're ready to go now, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Today we're attending a Bedfont Lakes meeting together with Councillor Akinzada, the officers, and I would like everyone, if they can introduce themselves, I would appreciate that. I'm Adriana George, and I'm a councillor for Bedfont and the chair for Bedfont Lakes. Councillor Akinzada?
My name is Councillor Hunzada. I am a councillor for Bedfont and I am the vice chair of Bedfont Lake Trust.
Sure.
I'm David Belbin from Clementsville Cummings Chartered Accountants. I'm the auditor for Bedfont Lakes Trust. My firm is, I'm the registered responsible individual.
Sure.
Hello, my name's Samantha Gray-Wilson. I'm joining representing finance.
Thank you.
Robert Meldrum, Director of Commercial and Projects from the Finance team in London Borough of Hounslow.
Thank you.
I'm Bill Lee, and I'm clerk to the panel.
Thank you.
And
Anyone?
Stefania Horn, Head of Parks and Green Infrastructure.
Thank you. Is anyone else who hasn't been able to introduce themselves, and they might do it now?
No, that's. I think we're all introduced now, chairs. So we can start the meeting. Great.
Mr. Bill Lee, I will prefer your help because right now I have some technical problems with my laptop. If you can help me with the next on the agenda, the next item on the agenda, please.
Okay. It's apologies for absence, declaration of interest, and any other communications from members. I'm unaware of any.
Declaration. Sorry, apologies for absence. Have we had any?
No. No. Although
Okay.
I just had Councillor Garabal has just declined the invitation, so perhaps we can take that as being an apology, I suppose.
Probably. Okay. And any declaration of interest? Anyone has to make it? We should do it right now.
No.
I presume we can go to the next item, please.
Sorry, Chair, but just to ask or confirm from the officers, are we quorum?
Yes, we have. At the moment, there are only 3 members of the committee. It should have 5, but only 3 councillors have been appointed. So as a 3-member committee, it's quorum with 2 members present.
Okay, that's brilliant. Because we used to have used to be 5 members. So that's why I was just I was just confirm. Yeah. Okay, it is just 3.
Yeah, with the full 5 members, the quorum would be 4. But
okay.
The other 2 members have never been appointed since May, so it's just the 3 of you, which makes this a 3-member. We would be unable to ever reach a quorum of 4, as only 3 councillors are actually on the panel.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Right, so the next item on the agenda is appointment of chair and vice chair for 2021 to 2022.
I will nominate the current chair to carry on because we are just 3, so it's just convenient to just carry on.
Are you happy to do that, Councillor George?
Yes, I am. I am nominating her.
And then you need someone to second the nomination.
Yeah, I think you have to second yourself, Chair.
I will second myself, indeed. Thank you.
I think that's up my spreadsheet, but I'm sure no one's ever put it forward into the terms to the terms of reference to say you can't.
Maybe we have now. Maybe we have now introduced a new tradition, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. And,
let's keep our digital era. Yes. Great. Okay. Thank you for that.
So you're happy to second yourself, Councillor?
I am indeed. Thank you.
Okay, so that's that one done. Minutes of the meeting held on 25th of November 2020.
We have discussed the financial and the transfer to Casanova, and I presume Robert or anyone can help me with further details into it. I'll appreciate it.
I think we agreed with the last minute, and there I think was no change because I have no access to my laptop. Councillor George have not access to her computer, so we'll just presume that there is nothing to be changed or to be challenged.
I have seen the minutes, and I agree. I'm in agreement with it.
Agreed.
So I did send paper copies out. Unfortunately,
I have them from. Yes, I have them from. I do take notes every meeting we have, and I kept an alternate.
Yeah, so agreed.
Agreed.
Thank you. Thank you. Item 4, Bedfont Lakes accounts, budget and transfer of investments.
Hello, Samantha speaking here. So I'm just going to run through this. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Excellent. So hopefully you'll both have had a chance to have a look at the papers that have been circulated. I'm just going to run through the budget decision paper. The panel is asked to approve the outturn and audited statement of accounts for 2021, the proposed budget for 22-23, and also the transfer of the Trust's investments into Casanova's Charity Responsible Multi-Asset Fund. You'll recall this is the same transfer that we discussed at the last meeting. It's just taken until now to actually get the approvals in place. I know we've been working with yourselves, but unfortunately each time we sort of get everything physically signed off, the dates of written resolutions, etc., have expired. So we're putting it through this meeting so that it can be formally signed off, the transfer, and move it forward. So to start off, thank you.
Hello?
2021. The accounts show that the expenditure
We can't hear you, Samantha.
I'm missing this as well.
Okay, perhaps I'll step in because I know Sam's connection's not very good today.
Can you hear me now?
Can do.
Hello, Samantha. Yes, we can.
Yes. I'll try to carry on. So expenditure in 2021 has been in line with budget. However, investment income was not this completely unexpected because of the COVID pandemic, and so many UK companies have reduced their dividend yields. However, better news has been that the investments, the actual valuation of the investments has bounced back in the year to March. So we had a 754k gain revaluation on investments. So the investments are not quite back up at the level in terms of valuation that they were pre-pandemic, but they are moving towards that. Proposed budget for 22-23. Here we're showing a bit of an increase in the management costs of the park. This is because of the rate of inflation in the last year, and it looks set to continue as well into next year. So we're reflecting that in the costs. We're predicting that the investment income will increase again, so that it's going to improve. The reason why we're doing that is because we're anticipating that you're going to approve the transfer into the Responsible Multi-Asset Charity Fund. And that fund actually targets a return of 4% plus RPI, and it's got the ability to make capital disposals as well as using income to pay that income. So we're confident, looking at its past track history, that it will be able to. So that summarises the outturn and the proposed budget. And then I think I've also covered there the sort of rationale behind the transfer of the investments into the charity responsible multi-asset. If you recall, the current investments are very much focused on UK companies, and what we're looking for is a more diverse, the opportunity to have a more diversified portfolio, both internationally and also by industry. So this new fund will give the investment managers the opportunity to invest globally and also invest in sectors like healthcare and IT, which are just not that available in the UK stock exchange. So I think if the councillors could confirm whether they improve each of those three points. So first of all, the outturn and the audited statement of accounts for 2021.
Agree.
Can we please have a copy of this, if possible?
Yeah. Yes, they have been circulated as part of the papers for this meeting.
Right.
And
So
the proposed budget
right now, they've been circulated.
The figures do form part of the published agenda, Councillor, which you were sent in.
I have that. Yes, I have that. I thought it's something that the new data inputted different information. That's why I was asking.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So just to be absolutely clear, councillors,
So
approve outturn and audited statement of accounts for 2021?
Yes.
Thank you. And the proposed budget for 2022 to 23?
Yes.
Councillor George?
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you. And finally, the transfer of the trust investment into Casanove's charity responsible multi-asset fund.
Yes.
Agreed.
Thank you very much, councillors.
Thank you too.
Right, that's a decision there. We move to item 5, and so sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Belbin. We've got there. This is an update from David Belbin, partner at Clements Hall Cummings.
Well, I'm here as the responsible individual for the audit, and it's my opportunity to say face to face to you, the councillors, what we've found as part of the audit. This year, it's our second year of doing the audit. We got to grips with understanding what the charity is all about, what it was doing last year, and it was very useful to be part of the conversation last year when you were saying, right, well, we need to ask the officers to look at the portfolio and know that those changes are now happening. From our viewpoint, the information we get from Dee, who's one of Samantha's team, is just wonderful. It comes over when we're expecting it. It's accurate. She's extracting the information from the investment portfolio information, and we've not need to make any changes to those accounts. We're very happy with those, and so really those from our perspective as auditors, we're interested in income recognition. We're interested in making sure that we understand that we're capturing all of the income, so picking up income that is accrued but not paid over at the year end. We're also interested in making sure that your expenditures are are in line with expectations and have been suitably authorised. Well, you have a contract with the name just escaped me, but it's just coming up, with Lambton Green Space 360, and so those costs are it's a set of payments to them for running the park or the parks, and we're happy with the expenditures, and yeah, these just presents it all on the plate for us, and there's no reason for us to look very much further once we've done the work around making sure the banks reconcile and all that sort of thing. But yes, I'm very happy with what we've been presented. So it's a clean audit report from us. I'm very happy to take questions on anything you spotted in the accounts, but from an audit perspective, it's worked very well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Belbin. Councillors, do you have any questions for Mr. Belbin?
I don't have any questions.
Thank you. Chair?
Not at this moment, but if I do, I will keep in touch. I will forward it to yourself, and then you can forward it to Mr. Belbin.
My contact details are known, and they're actually on the audit report, so you can come and get me.
Thanks, Mr. Belbin. Do officers have any questions, Robert or Samantha or Stefania?
None from me. Just a thank you to David for his work again this year.
Thank you.
None from me. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Right, marvellous. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Belbin, and once again, sincere apologies for the technical difficulties we've had there, and kept you waiting half an hour to do a 5-minute presentation. So thank you for your patience.
That's fine. Thank you.
We appreciate that.
That's all right. I think we're all still trying to get used to IT at a distance, and yeah.
It all looks wonderful. We all remember the science fiction from years ago where this all works a lot better than it actually does. Yeah. And it was all going to be there by 1999, back in the 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So that brings us to number 6, urgent business. Any other business the chair considers urgent?
I presume yes. Probably if Stefania, she's here with us, maybe she can give us an update on what kind of investment are we looking for Bedfont Lakes in the future, please.
Thank you, Councillor. So we are in the process now. As you know, we were successful in getting quite a substantial still money for the redevelopment of Bedfont Lakes. So in terms of future opportunities, we are now starting to write a brief, which is going to go to procurement in the next few weeks or a month or so, and that's with the idea of inviting landscape architects to work with us to then develop a master plan for the site. That will include ideas in terms of obviously improvements for the current setup, improvement for nature conservation, but also improvements for opportunity to raise income that then could be reinvested in the park. So that's the plan. And Lee Williams in my team is working on that brief. So as soon as that it's got some shape, then obviously he's going to share it with local councillors and make sure that you're aware of the process and the timeline.
Do we have an amount in mind?
Okay.
Sorry, yes.
Sorry, Councillor?
Councillor Kanzara can go ahead.
Yeah, like, you know, in last few meetings, I've put this suggestion to the lead member, Samia Chaudhary, and to the officers that while we are depending wholly on silk money and the grants to develop the park, or just come up like, you know, with ideas to generate from the park, so that we can reinvest that. So I've suggested that in the past, but I think nothing have happened so far. That if we can involve like, you know, the private sector into it, and with the partnership of them, just so they can invest something in the partnership with a like, you know, third party private companies or something, that will kind of give us more opportunity. For example, if we establish there a cafe, or like, you know, indoor gym or something like that. Are we looking into some kind of these ideas as well?
Yes, I mean, obviously they need to be in, you know, in line with the current status of the land and the designation of the land. It's a metropolitan site, and it's also a site of nature conservation importance. So, you know, we can't, for example, propose a leisure centre in that, because it will probably not going to pass planning consent. But in terms of other ideas, you're absolutely right, and that's why the master plan needs to be designed first, because in effect we've got lots of questions to see to actually decide on what is the best option for the site, where to put those facilities. So I think everybody would agree that the cafe is definitely needed there. But what type of cafe, where are we going to put it? Are we going to develop the visitor centre more around the animals? Are we going to keep the animals? And if so, is that going to be an offer that is going to be developed? I think all these ideas are going to be tested as part of the master plan. And surely there's going to be some involvement with you, the local councillors, and with stakeholders, to maximize the opportunities there. I mean, I know the opportunities could be the fishing, you know, the lakes and the use of the lakes for leisure opportunities, or the opportunities as part of the site as a countryside. For example, I don't know, develop some commercial activities like archery, or, you know, this kind of stuff that is really pertinent for sites like this as a country park. And so the master plan will tell you exactly you know, how this will develop and where these ideas can be physically put in the country park. So zone, you know, there will be probably some zones, certain zone better for nature conservation, certain zone better for recreation or destination. And also there is the opportunity of perhaps strengthening the events on site. All of these ideas obviously need to be developed as part of a whole master plan, so that every single idea has got a place inside. And I'm sorry it took a while to start with this master plan, but we had a number of projects in the capital program that they needed to finish first to make sure that then the capacity in my team could then develop the master plan. So we now completed a number of projects, and now Lee can focus on Bedfont Lakes.
Again, like, you know, I think the previous master plan, or like, you know, in the plan, it was mentioned that they should be on one side of I don't remember which side was this, but like, you know, can be used for canoeing and boating and stuff like that, water sports. So we can generate money from that. I don't know whether that is a consideration or not.
I think we need to really think with an open mind about what we can achieve on site. Obviously, as I said to you, mindful of the constraints that we have in relation to designations. But I think you're absolutely right. I think we need to maximize all opportunities, and to that effect, I think as part of the master plan, we want to then engage with a team of consultants, not just a landscape architect, but maybe someone who can help us to also develop a business plan where, you know, you can have all these commercial ideas identified, but also shaped so that we know exactly what's possible and what's not possible in terms of opportunities, but also something that can be sustained over time. and also make sure that we've got the delivery partner identified as well, in terms of you know, it could be like you say, a private operator, it could be our own companies, it could be, you know, we need to think about all of this in line of the development. So it's going to be an exciting exercise, and we shouldn't really exclude anything, obviously within the constraints that I said.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much, Stefania.
Yes, thank you for your update, Stefania Horn.
you.
I haven't got any questions for now. If I do, I'll be in touch directly with Stefania Horn. Is any other urgent business, Councillor Akhundzada, that you consider we should have taken consideration?
Not at this moment, nothing in my mind. Really
Okay.
looking forward to see that master plan.
Sure. Is any chance that can be circulated with a councillor? We can send it to his email address. Would it be a way of moving forward?
Another thing, Chair, if you can just find out, like, you know, I don't remember what happened, but because it's not on top of my head, that why we are now 3 members as we used to be 5 members. So if you can just check that. I don't remember why was that.
I do remember. I think so. When we had the selection, there were only a couple of people that they put themselves forward. However, we can go back to our members of
okay.
and then we can
Okay.
look into it if it's necessary to have
Okay.
other members, or we can inquire ourselves with Councillor Agvinda and anyone who's local, that if they want to join.
Okay, no problem.
And we'll liaise with the legal frame of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now as we finished number 6, urgent business, is anything else that we must discuss before I move to the next item?
No, Chair, the next item is date of next meeting is to be confirmed. So that's
Yes.
actually.
So perhaps we can look into it and we can discuss and put that forward at a later date. Is that okay? Agreed with everyone?
Yes.
Do we usually have a certain time that we can put forward?
The dates of these meetings are set when the next calendar year's worth of the next municipal calendar comes out, which will be worked on in the new year, gets formally approved in May. Because as this panel only meets once a year, I'm afraid we don't have the next meeting set until the next calendar comes out.
Sure, and then we'll proceed how we did in the past. So
yeah, and
I would like to say thank you to everyone who participated here today. Thank you for bearing with us. Even though we are in a digital era, we should behave and be more close to the artificial intelligence and deal in a better manner with it. Thank you to David Belvin for the presentation, and I might say that the meeting is terminated.
thank you very much, Councillor. Thanks very